Better.
Second one was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, I was an 8. I was an 8.5.
The whole time, people have told me, like, just make sure you're recording when you're doing this. And I was like, what idiot doesn't know that they're not recording? And that was about to be me.
Yeah, you were about to be deep in it.
That was about to be me right there.
That's
You got a
right.
Starbs today.
I got a Starbs.
Biden passes the fucking stimulus, and you said, oh, grande.
Upgrading. Yeah, this is the stimmy because we're on day 10, baby.
That's right. We're cleansing.
We are cleansed. I am
Last day.
yes, this is the last day.
How's it going?
Truly cleansed. Honestly, not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Truly not nearly as
Okay.
bad. It's honestly what it boils down to is like I just eat a big bowl of protein, no carbs in the morning.
Okay.
And then I just flatten out with smoothies throughout the day. And
You're smoothing.
I'm just smoothing. It's just
Okay.
smooth sailing after that. And then if I need to, I'll eat some nuts if I like need to eat something. But like,
Yeah, my dad just said, yeah, he does.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not one of those like my eyes haven't changed. You know what I mean? Like I there's a lot of people who walk away. They're like, oh, I woke up with so much energy. Did not have a lot of energy going through this.
Right.
Yeah, because my body's just like, yeah, we'd like to eat a pizza, and I was like, well, we can't.
You also get your energy from carbs.
Yeah,
And you're not putting carbs into your body.
right. It feels like if I was a car and they started using like ethanol. If that makes sense. Like rather than regular gasoline, I'm using like green
Ketones. Little science.
ketones.
That's the ketonic diet, ketosis.
Yes.
Your body produces ketones instead of using carbs.
I will say, through all of this, the cleanse has definitely been a gateway drug for people to pitch keto to me.
Yes. Very
Yes.
unhealthy diet.
Very, extremely. And
Yeah.
that's the where I jump off the ship because on paper, I love it. On paper, I love the concept. I can eat bacon as much as I want.
Of course.
Yeah, I can just eat fatty red meats all the
Love
goddamn
it.
time. I fucking love it. It's when you go, if you even look at a piece of bread, you are fucked. You are fucked.
That's right.
So hard. And that was literally, my friend was like, yeah, you should try it. To give him credit, he'd been doing it for 2 years. Like, he's 2 years deep into full ketosis.
Oh, that's not good
It
for
is-
like the body.
he
For
seems
really
fine.
the brain, it's not good.
Okay.
Your brain runs off carbs, and if you use
Is that
the
why?
ketones instead of carbs, you don't think it's clearly.
Why
And
don't-
also, your breath smells like alcohol because ketones have a bit of alcohol in it.
If I'm so smart on carbs, why, after I eat a whole pizza, why do I feel so stupid?
Because you're not supposed to do that either. That's the thing with carbs.
Listen, I'm just following your orders, doctor. You're telling me carbs are off the chain and for my brain.
I mean, like fruits, veggies, a piece of bread. We're not going
right.
full pizza, all right?
Yeah.
And also, in half of America, pizza is considered a vegetable.
Yeah,
That's a
I
fact.
want to live in that America. It's TBH.
Let me tell you something. It's affordable.
Yeah.
For a reason.
yeah. All I want to do is move to a place where they're like, yeah, pizza. I want my salad with some veggies in there, and then they give me a whole pizza. That's it, and then I'll buy a mansion out there. I don't give a fuck.
Would love to. That's the thing with the American public school system. People are like, can you believe that they teach creationism in the South? And I'm like, well, they also think pizza's a vegetable. So where would you like to begin? Would
Right.
you like to start with the creationism
Yeah.
or the pizza vegetable?
Right. Exactly. Like in the same way, I think we said this last week, where I'm convinced that salt was on the pyramid the whole time. Just granular
Right,
salt
which
was on.
it's not. I also just want it, disclaimer.
Yeah.
Still
sure.
not.
I'll take your word for it, but like as far as I'm concerned, it is. You know what I mean?
All
Like,
right.
Yeah. I agree to disagree.
Stop the count of grams of sodium.
Yeah, I'll agree to disagree on that one. You know, all that I'm saying is I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, it's so I got my decaf stimmy with me.
Decaf.
It's gonna give me that little bump. Going to give me that little bump
Okay.
for this, and then hopefully I'm not going to be up till 2 a.m.
Okay, because you have a sugar-free Red Bull
Right.
when you come in here.
Right.
So are you saying sugar-free Red Bull is equivalent to a decaffeinated Starbucks?
No, but what I am realizing is that I probably should have just been having decaf coffee the whole time because I'm coming in with the right amount of energy right now.
Right, because we started at 6:30
Yeah.
at this podcast.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing. I stay up till like 3 a.m.
Yeah. You would think that the way that I'm drinking a Red Bull at 6:30, I have 4 other podcasts to tape after this. And that's just not the case.
And let me tell you something. We're not that successful.
It's just not the case. There aren't enough. I'm going to blow your mind here. You're the only one calling me up to do podcasts.
You don't say.
Yeah. Unreal, right? It's truly...
Thank God there's not competition for Taylor Schmidt.
Right. Nobody else is vying for this attention. That's all I'm going to say, So got my stimmy, the cleanse. Cleanse is good. I'm going to be excited to have like chicken or like a roll of like some bread.
Okay.
Or I'm excited to have a carb again.
What's the plan for tomorrow?
Salads. We're doing
Oh,
salads.
you're going to slowly integrate back into society.
Yeah, I'm going to do like a chicken salad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, chicken salad.
Yeah, I'm going to do sweet green. That's the plan.
Oh.
We're going to do some
I thought you meant chicken salad like with mayo and...
no.
Got me excited. I could go for a fucking chicken salad
I could go
right
for
now.
chicken salad.
Chicken
right
salad's
now.
fantastic.
Yeah. I basically been trying my best to recreate a chicken salad with tuna, hard-boiled eggs, and nuts. It's hard. It's hard.
Some people would say that's the opposite of chicken salad.
Chicken of the sea. That's all I'm saying.
Jessica Simpson.
At a baseline, we're getting there. We're close.
Yeah, besides the eggs, you basically took all other salads and put it in a bowl.
Exactly. It was funny because there was a point in the week where I was like mixing it all together. I was like, you know what? This would be what would really be good is if I could put this over a bed of lettuce. And I was like, did I just make a tuna salad? That's
exactly what you did.
Did I just make a salad?
You just made sweet green. You just started 40 locations.
In my head, it was the first time that I ever been like, oh, I want a salad like that. Like I want that salad. Like I've always been like, salad. Like it's okay. I'll do it. It's fine. Like, if I got to do it, I'll do it. I understand why I'm doing it. But this was the first time where I saw all the ingredients. And I was like, a bed of lettuce is going to help this. It's going to be better.
Has a little texture.
It has a little texture.
Has a little fiber.
A little crunch. A little crunch, a little extra crunch.
I hear you.
There you go. I'm learning things.
Do you like celery in your salads?
I have now been finally, what I've been doing, and this is going to blow the viewers away.
All right, here we go.
We got the blender. We got, for the smoothies. And I've been throwing in a couple carrots, couple things of celery.
Okay.
And then some cashews and walnuts. And then I blend that up for a little bit. Finally ground. And then I mix that all up in the tuna.
Okay.
Pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good. If you threw in some mayo, it'd be a decent tuna salad.
Fantastic.
Be a decent tuna salad. And without it, it's edible.
It's edible.
It's edible. It's an edible breakfast. That has salt in it.
My grandma,
Yeah.
the one, if you listen to the Happy Hour, same grandmother who brought her own crab leg crackers onto airplanes post 9/11.
And is on a no-fly list.
Was not on a no-fly list. She was caught but never put on a list. So white privilege?
Yeah, white privilege. I mean, you put a question mark at the end,
White
but
privilege?
I would put an exclamation mark or a...
Because let me tell you something. Something's telling me black guys are bringing on crab leg crackers on the airplanes.
Yeah, black dudes bringing on crab leg crackers is not going to go down the same way as your grandmother bringing crab leg crackers onto the...
Imagine they have a whole no-fly list just for black people that bring on crab leg crackers.
Short list. There's not going to be a long list.
Imagine it's longer than the other
there's
list.
just going to be one dude. It's just going to be like one or two people who just like, honestly, I didn't know the rules.
Something
I took
tells me it's going to be a bit more. A bit more than one.
Somebody planted these crab leg crackers on me.
That would be funny.
Arrested.
A black person gets shot on an airplane, and then they drop crab leg crackers.
TSA comes.
Terrorist!
TSA looks both ways, and then they just drop the crackers out. Oh my God, he had a weapon.
That's right. That's right. And that field in Pennsylvania, they didn't know who did it originally. They found a thing of crab leg crackers, and they thought it was a black guy who brought down the plane.
For a full minute, they thought it could be.
For 3 days. They didn't report it, but for 3 days, they anticipated a black guy brought that plane down. So my grandmother, she would ask you, this is what big thing she did. She would say, "Oh, is there celery in there?" And before you could even answer it, she would go, "I hate celery. I hate it." We'd be like, "All right." Then she'd be like, "But I do like celery seed." And to this day, I don't know where celery seed is applicable.
Yeah, and also, does celery seed not taste like celery?
Apparently, not to my grandmother.
That's I love people who are just like so outspoken about their hatred for a food. It's so annoying.
I mean, we could talk about things that she was outspoken for hatred. There won't be
Food
enough
is low on the list. Food's low on the list.
She'd be like, what's on TV? You'd be like, oh no, there's a basketball game, there's NASCAR. She goes, NASCAR? Fuck Jeff Gordon. You'd be like, what did Jeff Gordon do?
Yeah, what did Jeff Gordon?
She'd be like, he cheated on his wife. Fuck him.
Yeah,
I'd be like, what? I didn't even bring up Jeff Gordon.
What's really funny is the opposite of that. My grandmother, like just visiting her. She was at old folks' home, later in life. Just everything about it. The only weird thing about my grandmother, besides a lot of annoying things, was that she absolutely had a obsession with the NBA.
Interesting.
Would never. You look at her, you would never go. She looked a lot like the Queen of England. Like she just had she had a corgi. That was.
Is that it?
That's mostly it.
Okay.
But she just had like the curly white hair and just like the old.
Are corgis members of British royalty? Am I unaware of this?
Oh, the Queen is like notorious for always having corgis.
I didn't know.
She's got like 6 of them.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. But she'd just be like, if you got into a conversation with her and you wanted to like break the ice, just ask her about the NBA. And she had like the strongest opinions, strongest takes, knew nothing about any other sports. She just loved the NBA. Like LeBron, she fucking loved LeBron. And it's just the funniest thing to like, because like looking at a photo of her, you would think like she's watching like the Golden Girls or she's watching just, I don't know, relatable old person stuff. CNN. And then it's just the NBA.
Sounds like your grandma had a fetish.
She had a thing for LeBron.
And a few other guys.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is the Flyers were playing at the same time. That's all I'm saying.
And she made a choice.
She made a choice.
Yeah, she knew what channel she was on. So yeah, that's funny.
That's very funny. I actually just had laryngitis all week.
Laryngitis.
I had a case of the old laryngitis.
So we are 12 minutes in.
Yep.
You're telling me that you had a possible communicable disease?
Well, it was self-diagnosed. So I didn't get diagnosed at all.
That's you buried the lead on that one. You start off with I self-diagnosed myself.
I self-diagnosed myself.
Well, so, what, did you just like rub your fucking nodes and you were like...
Now my throat hurt, then I would have tea and I was like, fuck, this makes it so much better. I was like, shit. My vocal cords are fucked.
Couldn't that be a number of things? Couldn't you just have a sore throat? Couldn't you have...
To me, a sore throat is... Well, I mean, it's definitely a sore throat, but it's a problem when you take a sip of something and it hurts.
Yeah.
So that's how it drink.
What about mono? Isn't mono a thing?
Mono's definitely a thing. But again...
No. I just meant like it's like your super sore throat. I hope it's not mono. Because I was planning on kissing you after this, and that was not going to be...
that's for the Patreon.
That's for the Patreon.
And the OnlyFans.
Yeah,
we're
the
on
OnlyFans,
both.
Yeah.
Different streams.
Yeah, that's right.
It started... Well, first off, Saturday I had my show at Governor's.
Yeah. What? Air quotes? Show?
Oh, no, this was a show in many ways, Taylor.
Yeah.
This was a show in many ways. My parents dropped me off.
That's fun.
Which is fun for your parents to drop you off.
Did they set a time for when they were going to pick you back up? Like you're in 8th grade?
The old Kyle Mara drove me home. So shout out Kyle Mara, friend of the pod.
That's cute.
So first off, abandoned, essentially.
Sure.
So there's like 3 cars outside.
Right. But for most businesses in America, functioning. Right? Like abandoned, functioning, they're kind of the same
I'm going to
thing.
get to that.
Oh?
If you haven't been to Governor's, and most comedy clubs outside of New York City, everything, windows, doors are blacked out. So light doesn't come in.
So like strip club energy.
Very strip club energy.
Yeah.
So I knock on the door because I try to open it. It's locked.
Okay.
This guy opens the door. And first off, smoke comes from outside when he opens the door. And I don't know if you've been to buildings before, but when there's smoke bellowing outside of doors, not good.
Not a good start.
Not a good start.
Did you get a clear sniff of the kind of smoke?
Well, I'm going to get to this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, beanie wearing douche.
Unbelievable.
So first off, the guy opens the door, cracks it open, and goes, "Can you be helped?" Which right off the get-go.
Russian accent? Broken English?
It's just not... No, Italian guy.
Can you be helped?
Can you be helped? I was like, well, first off, that's not how that question's asked.
Nobody in the history of the world has ever asked that question that way.
I think it's
Can you
technically,
be
may
helped?
you be helped? And even then you're wrong.
No, not even that. May you be helped? It was may I help you?
Well, that's what it should be. But
That's
if you
what
wanted to make
should
it grammatically
be. May
correct,
you be helped is like
it's still, it might be more wrong.
that's very much like broken English, like, you know, dude first time really saying it outdoors and then is immediately corrected. It's just like, it's may I help you? And they're like, all right, I will never say that again.
Right. And then I was like, yeah, I'm here to do a show. And he was like, oh, all right. Yeah, no problem. Come in. And I was like, you're aware you're in a comedy club.
Yeah.
You're aware
What
you're
did
in a
you think
comedy
I
club where
was?
comedy take. What, you think I come in here and I'm looking for some Brussels sprouts and a salmon?
Yeah, no, yeah. Do you think you just see a building that has all blacked out windows and just go, I gotta know?
There is a bodega next to the comedy club, and nothing else is near the two. Very interesting businesses established here. And
Oh, I thought it also had blackout windows. I was like, oh,
bodega
that's-
did not have blacked out windows.
Oh, that would be some shady shit.
Yeah,
A
that's
bodega
true.
with blackout windows?
That's not good.
Unbelievable.
Also, probably not legal.
I don't understand the legality of windows. I just assume windows are there to be like, we have food in here, come inside. It should be nothing but advertisement.
Are you saying all places with windows have food?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you have windows and you're like sell food, why would you want to cover that up? What would be the purpose of covering?
I can't argue that.
Yeah, it would be. It's like you're removing
free
advertising.
advertising.
Yeah, it's literally free.
Okay,
there's
I'm with you on this.
There's some bodegas where it's like they have like those stock images of like sandwiches that obviously they clearly don't sell that kind of sandwich. It's just stock
Right.
photos of and it covers up a window. And I'm like, just take down the thing and let them see the food that you have inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Continue.
So then walk in. Then I see where the smoke's coming from. It's the owner of the club and two of his friends smoking cigars in the lobby
Hilarious.
of Governors.
Hilarious. That's so funny.
What are they doing? They're watching Goodfellas with no volume on.
What, like on the bar TV?
It's on the bar TV,
Yeah.
and they're sitting watching Goodfellas. I thought they were doing like a table read.
Now, in their defense, if you were to pitch me to watch any movie on mute with subtitles, it would have to be at a bar TV. I will do it. There's something about just sitting there and just like having a beer where you're just like, I hear it in my head. I don't care.
There were no subtitles.
Oh, what?
It's just Goodfellas with no volume on.
Cancel Governors Comedy Club. Cancel them.
If you were thinking, what's a comedy club in Long Island doing during a pandemic? And you were to say smoking cigars and watching Goodfellas with no volume,
yeah,
guess what?
treating it like
right on
a
the money.
weird man cave. It's like a weird
Which
man.
essentially it was always treated as.
Sure. Yeah. But it's like you could just tell, like, they're like, oh, Johnny Law's not coming around. We're smoking cigars indoors now. Like, to them, they're like, it's the one thing. They're like, fuck it.
One guy in there did say, well, you gonna fucking shut us down? Do it.
Yeah,
and I was
exactly.
like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
None of the authorities are here.
No, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, do that. No mask in the whole place.
Love that.
No mask in the whole place.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice spread. Pasta. Chicken
They
parm.
gave
Chicken
you a
franchise.
buffet?
It was the owner's birthday, what was going on.
Shut up.
So they had a very nice spread. Lots of wine. I was given a White
many-
Claw upon entrance,
That's nice.
which was very trashy, but I did appreciate it.
Did you house it? You're not a big drinker before the show.
Didn't do it until after the show. Didn't have it until after the show.
Gotcha.
Now, Taylor, I've witnessed one of the sadder things
Oh.
of my comedy career here.
Not watching Goodfellas on mute with no subtitles?
That was one of the better things going on in that room that night. There were guys in there and women. I won't just say guys. There were also women, Long Island comedians, hanging out at Governor's, hoping to get spots on the Zoom show,
Oh.
which is the saddest thing
Whoa.
in the world. I'd rather watch kids with cleft lips not get surgeries. I'd rather them find out that they'll never get a surgery on their cleft lip than watch these comedians try to get spots on a Zoom show. Nothing is sadder on this planet.
It's like showing up 3 hours before people take a group photo because you heard you might be able to be involved in the group photo. And then when it comes down to it, they're like, we don't know you.
Has anyone ever done that?
No one's ever done that. I'm just thinking that's the saddest. That's so sad.
Right.
To be like, I'm showing up to something where I have no business showing up at all. And I'm going to hope to God somebody looks at me and they're like, let's give them a shot.
It's like showing up to a restaurant and hoping someone who has a table of 6 only has 5.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, could you imagine if that would actually be really funny if restaurants had like singles sections and they're like, if anybody needs a sub in, we'll give you a call and you can come join a table already in progress.
That's what these guys essentially did, but it was a lot of them. It was how many?
It's Benny
4 or 5 people, like looking for spots.
That's so sad.
And there were 2 shows going on, one in the main room, one in the little room, and the thing is, they got on.
Okay.
And
they
just
got on? All 4 of them?
They got on. And just some of the worst comedy.
Did somebody drop out, or did they just were like,
no,
we'll
they
make
just
room?
put them on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll make room for you, which is
Yeah.
already a problem.
Yeah, it's like feral dogs in the store.
I was
Just like-
literally going to say, it's like when there's cats in your backyard.
They're like, you're not my cat. I got no business with you, but yeah, you.
And then the next day, all the cats in the neighborhood show up.
Yeah,
That's exactly.
Yeah,
One guy just went up there, strictly told jokes about St. Louis.
that's
Because that's where he's
fun.
from.
That's fun.
In his defense, he could say it about any city because that's how fucking awful the jokes were.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my God. He's like, growing up in St. Louis, I was given a nickname. That's what we do in St. Louis. I was like, oh, okay. Do you not think nicknames exist other places?
In St. Louis, the home of nicknames.
People know that. Budweiser and nicknames. That's what
right.
we do in
That's
St.
it.
Lou.
That's right. We own it. We own that shit.
He's also wearing a sport coat, which is
Come on.
sad.
Come on. He got all dressed up. He got all dolled up for the Zoom show.
Got all dressed up, nowhere to go.
Nowhere to
Except
go.
for governors to do a Zoom show.
To try to get onto a Zoom show, and then it turns out he could get on a Zoom show.
Right.
Yeah, but the intention when he left it was, I'm going to try to get on the Zoom show, which is a bummer in the sports code. That's a bummer.
So sad.
That's a big bummer.
It's worse than speed dating.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I would say speed dating's better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
you
I'm
said.
saying.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And then very odd show. They just projected the Zoom screen onto a projection screen in front of you. And like I went last, so by that time,
Closed it out.
close it out, no big deal.
Headliner.
They didn't have the cameras on in the beginning. By the time I went up, everyone had their cameras on. Mic's on.
But you also no audio, right? Like you have
no, their mics were on by the time I went up.
No. The audience. Like the audience didn't have any audio.
Oh no, yeah. You could hear them laughing and they could
really?
heckle. Yeah.
They could heckle?
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's weird.
That's actually kind of fun.
Because usually when you do a show, you can only see people's faces.
Uh-huh.
Doing a Zoom show, you could see their faces and their names. So you know exactly who they voted for in November. So I'll tell you one thing. Half that audience is going to have a tough 4 years, babe.
Yeah, tough 4 years. They should do like when this show starts, they should be like, all right, now everybody turn off the lights in your room. And then just off of off of your monitors, you'll get that like stage glow of being able to see a couple people, but not super well. Like try to mirror what it's like to be in on stage looking out. Like you
Right.
barely make out people's faces, but instead it's like well lit rooms. I assume like well lit people.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, a regular Zoom. I don't know.
Right.
I also don't know why I had to go to the club for this. The whole purpose of Zoom
Doesn't make
is to
sense.
do it remote.
Doesn't make sense.
Why
at
did
all.
I show up to do this? I didn't get paid. I did have a plate of chicken parm, but that's besides the point.
You know, for those people and the guy from St. Louis and the Blazer, that was probably all worth it for him. All he wanted was the chicken parm. It's like, yeah, I'll tell some shitty fucking St. Louis.
You know
jokes for
St.
chicken
Louis or
parm.
chicken parm isn't good. Shut up!
Yeah, shut up. We invented chicken parm. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, you
I actually
idiot.
grew up with the kid chicken parm Johnny. Stop with the nicknames.
Stop with the nicknames.
St.
Chicken
Louis?
Parm Johnny. Unbelievable. You just give the guy a nickname? Do you just call him St. Louis?
Nah, I forgot what the guy's name is.
Yeah.
So that
St.
was
Louis
governors.
Louis. He should go by St. Louis Louis. That's fine.
St. Louis Louis.
That's fun.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, it's a good name. Let him know.
Also, big thing with black comics is like a nickname stage name. Like they don't just go by their usual name.
What was it? Tommy Treasure?
Tommy Treasure's one of them.
Tommy Treasure. Yeah. Shout out Tommy Treasure.
There's so many. Yeah, this guy, St. Louis Louis. Why not? Let's fucking
St.
do
Louis Louis. St. Louis Louis. That's fun.
it. Kevin Hart's original name, Lil Kev.
Oh, is that his
That was
original
original
name?
stage name.
That's a good stage name. That's a good one. Cedric
Too
the
many
Entertainer.
Wills.
I like Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer.
That's a great one.
That's fun.
It's just fun. You just know it's the whole package. The whole brand is there.
What do you do?
Hey,
You
did
clearly
you
haven't
hear
seen
the
my
full-
headshot.
Did you hear the full name?
I'm Cedric the Entertainer.
Yes.
That was Governors, and then the next day I shot a sketch with the old Eric Newman.
Eric Newman.
The old Eric Newman, and this was the first time I've been to Midtown since the pandemic.
Oh wow.
Have you been to Midtown since this all started?
Yeah, my I mean, do we consider Flatiron Midtown?
No,
Okay, then no.
because this was like right by Times Square, a little south of Times Square, halfway between Penn Station and Times Square.
Okay.
Was where we filmed it. And when people are like, New York City's dead, and you're like, no, it's not. You're just listening to the media.
Right.
No, it's dead. Like Midtown's dead.
Yeah.
It's just Skell City. It's just guys wearing not enough clothing, scratching themselves, bleeding all over the place. Just phlegm all over the place.
Sure.
Oh, there's hot dog vendors, but I don't know who they're vending to. These
Yeah.
people don't have money.
No
No
clue.
one was on the street
Yeah.
besides the Skell.
Yeah.
It was very like apocalyptic. And then I walked into the studio because they rented out a studio space. And it was just like a tropical theme. It was like surreal to see a homeless person shoot H into their eyeball.
It's like-
and 30 seconds later, I'm drinking out of a coconut.
It's like it's like that it's Hunger Games shit, right? It's like you see just people in like deep poverty, and then it's just like the rich people just hanging out drinking out of coconuts. Like I don't know. That's the closest comparison I can think of.
I didn't. It was actually a pretty cheap looking.
Yeah, but
It
it's
was like,
surreal to be like, I'm in Hawaii now.
But yeah, like what did you think I was going to be like? This is nice.
Yeah.
This cheap pink paint on the wall. This is nice. We shot the sketch. Dan Pozzello was in the sketch. You
Dan
might know
Pozzelli?
him from making me delete his episode.
Sure.
It was me, him, Eric Newman, and then Marcus Monroe was also. You don't know who he is. Very funny, Marcus Monroe.
Okay.
He's a juggler on cruise ships, but also does stand up. Very good storyteller, Marcus
great.
Monroe. Very funny.
Juggler on a cruise ship.
That was his job, I think. And then he got into stand up, or he does stand up while he juggles.
That's fun.
I know he's very
if
funny
you
and he can juggle.
support your stand-up career by juggling, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
He also married his high school math teacher.
Dog.
Very interesting person.
Yeah.
Very interesting and very nice guy. Very nice guy. Also, the people that shot this sketch, I was introduced to a gentleman named Blaze.
Oh, no last name?
His name was Blaze. Foster was another name of an individual there.
Okay.
And then some guy who had an equally as ridiculous name. Very hipster.
Sure.
Very hipster. The guy who came last, first off, showed up like an hour late. Over an hour late.
Okay.
And
They were production?
No, they were very much a part of the...
Oh, they were actors?
They were in the sketch.
Okay.
And then he just drops to them that he got engaged last night. And they were like, you got engaged to Megan? And he's like, yeah, man. We thought, why not? Let's do it. And I was like, how old is everyone here?
Yeah.
How old is everyone here? Because most of the jokes in this sketch are fart jokes, and you got engaged on a whim. So what are we doing?
That tracks to me. Somebody who's like, I'm gonna film a sketch about farts, and I just got engaged on a whim. Those two things, Venn diagram, those very much align.
And he also had a big old mustache.
Big old mustache.
Big old, not curly, it wasn't curly, but a very, very, very hipster.
Yeah.
Big glasses, big mustache. He could play the piano.
Yeah.
Which
There's
was
definitely a
weird.
threshold of like growing a mustache where it's like once you fully commit, you're a cool guy. I think you're very much a cool guy.
It all depends on the Tom Selleck.
I'm just saying, like, a full mustache, it no longer is like a creepy thing. Like, nobody's like,
oh, I disagree.
Really?
It's either you're a cop and you're doing the mustache because that's just a classic cop look,
right?
Or you're a hipster in Brooklyn who is just getting by. Which you pull it off, but it doesn't look good. Does that make sense?
I guess so. I mean, I've never seen somebody who like has like, I've seen people try to make the mustache work, and I'm just like, it's just not working. It doesn't look like you're getting that volume that you want. And then there's the people who like fucking growing over, it's thick, and it's good.
It's very much like my beard.
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
You can't,
but I won't stop.
Yeah. How long has it? I'm afraid.
I just trimmed today.
Okay.
It's a 4.
What do you mean?
I don't know. 4 on the buzzer. That's our upstairs neighbors again. They're constantly dropping ping pong balls. I have no idea what they're doing.
Sounded like when people like drag a bag on the ground a little bit.
You think?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a ping pong ball.
Oh,
because it'd be like ding, 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 ding.
Oh, I didn't. Did you not hear that?
No. I thought it was like a satchel getting dragged across the floor.
I don't know what they're doing up there, but they're raging. They are throwing bangers.
Throwing bangers
every night.
You hear some Black Eyed Peas blasting downstairs.
It's like a different theme every night. One night they do jazz, one night they do hip hop. I have no idea what's going on up there because it's blazing.
Insane. I've only been to a handful of like parties that like take place in this kind of setting. Mm-hmm. You know, like in an apartment complex, and they're like a formal apartment. We're doing a party. Don't care for it. Don't care for the concept of like a rager of like we're dancing, we're doing the black light.
There's not enough room.
Not enough room. There's not enough room. There's always trying to elbow in Pong. There's always.
We have to start getting to a point
where
we can't play Pong at parties anymore.
Yeah.
27.
Yeah. Don't care for it.
Don't care for it. Never did.
Yeah. I was at that wedding that I went to.
New Hampshire.
Back in August, they did like the after party, and that was like a full house. I guess they did like an Airbnb of it.
Okay.
And then they did like a party of it, so it was like 3 floors. But it very much felt like the conclusion of their high school parties. Like it was very much that high school party energy. Everybody's like grouped up, like shoulder to shoulder. There's a guy who did too much cocaine at the wedding, and he was like wrapped up in a blanket watching TV. That was a lot of fun.
That's always the best guy and the worst guy at the wedding.
He was having the best time 3 hours before, and then it was just like the world was too loud for him at like 9 o'clock. He was just full on, just like wrapped up in this blanket, just like glued to, I guess football was on.
And how old is he?
He was like 34. He was,
That's just too old to do coke.
Yeah, way too old. And it's like it's like 20 and below, and this dude was like, I haven't said it. It's like, I think it was the groom's brother.
Weird.
Yeah. But they were like, you know, like he was excited because his like younger brother got married, so they were just like, yeah, we'll do it. On paper, I understand the logic.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do a little bit of coke, I'll get like stoked out, and we'll just like party and rage, and especially like in quarantine, we haven't been partying, so like, let's go off. Sounds like he probably got the coke before quarantine, and he hadn't had a reason to use it.
Okay. It was stale coke. That's why he's shaking.
Yeah. What is it? Flat? It's flat coke.
It's just can you have flat coke?
I don't know. You're
Call
talking
us
about
in.
stale coke. It's not. I mean, I understand fresh coke, but it's not like it go. Does it go bad? It doesn't go bad.
Does coke go?
I don't think it goes bad.
It comes from a cocoa plant.
I mean, I've had some acid in my fridge for like a year, and we just cracked.
You refrigerate acid?
You gotta refrigerate acid. Room temp, it evaporates the oil. I don't know. It does something to it.
I don't know fucking protocols for acid. I just found out you're not supposed to refrigerate salted butter.
Why aren't you?
Well, not that you're not supposed to.
Salted butter or salt
butter.
and butter?
What?
I don't know.
Salted butter.
Salted butter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was going to say, are you putting salt in the fridge? Shouldn't be.
You shouldn't put salt in the fridge, right?
It'd be weird. There's no reason not to. I just think it's weird.
Why do we know this stuff?
Why do we know?
Wait, they should teach this in schools. Why do we not know how we should go about?
I think it's part of the food pyramid, so that maybe they shouldn't teach.
That's true. Butter is a part of the pyramid as well.
Butter was definitely
It's a very large part of the pyramid.
Huge. It's 90% of that pyramid is fucking
Shit.
butter getting put into shit. Yeah. So anyway, downstairs at this party, they were doing like the game that I can only describe as what you do when you don't have ping pong balls. Too many people, not enough ping pong balls. So they did like the cup game where it was like, fuck, I'm trying to even remember like a rule of it, but it's just
Slap
like,
cup.
no, but it's like everybody goes around in a ring and there's like 9 people playing and you do have ping pong balls. It's too many people. Ping pong balls. It's where you like bounce it into somebody else's cup and then they have to drink and then you're like bouncing it into somebody like
Slap cup.
Slap cup, but there's no slapping. It's just you end up like drinking this large amount if you fuck up or something. Anyway, I played it for like 1 round. I was already pretty toasted to begin with, and I was just like, this feels too high school. We're like 28, 29-year-olds, like, and we're trying to play this game where we're looking for an excuse to drink. Just fucking drink. You're an adult. You set the pace for how much you want to drink.
That's it.
Nobody should be telling you after like 25 when to drink.
No one should be telling you.
Yeah.
Once you get a bachelor's degree,
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
From then on out, you shouldn't have to play games anymore.
If you finish college, if somebody's like, you should drink, and I'm like, no. Look at my BFA. My BFA has earned me the right to be like, fuck off.
No, then they go, oh, you want me to pay for your drinks? And you go, if that's...
Please.
Did you see the BFA?
Please pay for my drinks. I'll have a Michelob.
Another thing is you shouldn't... If you go and buy Bud Light, Coors Light, Rolling Rock...
In the 12 packs? Or the 24?
30 racks. And they should go, okay, can I see your ID? And if you're over the age of 21, you should be shut down.
Yeah.
That's
you
what
shouldn't
should
be
happen.
allowed to buy that.
You should not be allowed to buy that because it's honestly irresponsible.
Yeah. I think for underage should be legal as long as you're buying in an insane quantity. And people, like, if you're under 21 and you're like, I just want to buy a 40 pack. And they're like, yeah, you stupid idiot. This is designed for you. Go for your stupid friends. Have fun not having a hangover, drinking all of these beers, you psychos.
I'll be honest with you. During my ski trip, no hangover. I had 3 whiskeys with you. I can't think for 4 days.
Yeah.
I had 40 beers in a day, and I felt fantastic.
Those were not 3 whiskeys. We drank a bottle between us.
Every time I drink whiskey with you, I can't move for 2 days. But I drink 1 million Bud Lights, and I feel like a hummingbird.
Yeah. Well, you're exercising, right? You're pumping.
Not that much.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just whiskey. I'll bring over better alcohol next time. We'll do tequila.
I had a theory in college until my sophomore year that you just don't get hungover.
Period?
It's just a mindset.
Oh, fuck off.
Hangovers were a mindset. And then I got my first hangover. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
It also came from Riot Punch. We made Riot Punch.
Nothing's better than some Riot Punch.
Riot Punch.
Did you make it Always Sunny style? You do the Gatorade and the grain alcohol and in the gallon?
So what Riot Punch consisted of was 2 handles of Nikolai, which was our plastic vodka. Every college, every area has that plastic vodka.
It always has a red cap for some reason.
This one had a black cap, but I do believe most. I'm trying to think of what the
Svedka. No,
it's like
Svedka's
lower than
nicer.
Svedka. It's lower than that.
Yeah, there's like a weird. No, I'm thinking of Sergeant. What's the gin that's like Beefeater? Beefeater.
It's much lower than Beefeater.
Beefeater is not a premium.
No, I know, but I'm saying this vodka was like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest you could get.
Yeah. Biggest, cheapest plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
You dump it in to the cooler. Then you get 1 of every flavor of Four Loko. And you put that in. Then, do we do grain alcohol? We didn't do grain alcohol. Then we did 10 beers. And what we also did, Taylor, was we had a lease from our apartment, and we burned it, and we put it into
the
drink. So we had the ashes of the burnt lease in our Riot Punch.
Boy,
which gave us the strength of a what should be foreclosed house in central New York.
That is by far the most frat. That's just so frat. It's such a fucking fratty thing.
I had a great time.
I mean, listen, don't give me... I'm not... it sounds like I'm yucking your yum, but it sounds incredible. Yeah.
Worst hangover of my life?
Yeah.
15 beers and half a bag of Franzia.
Yeah.
In 2013. Springfest 2013.
Yep.
That was the worst hangover of my life.
The worst hangover was I visited a friend at Pitt in Pittsburgh.
You would imagine. I would hope
so.
so.
Shocker. Yeah, Pitt's in Pittsburgh. And we proceeded to pregame at a friend of ours from high school who was also there. And what he did was we were having a conversation, and he gave me a thing of vodka, and then I drank it because whatever.
As you do.
And then he just filled it back up. And what happened was I stopped paying attention to the cup and was just having a conversation and just drinking what I had. And then he kept, every time it went empty, he just automatically filled it up. And he wasn't intentional. He was just like there.
Being polite.
Yeah, he was being very polite. And so I was just drinking, and I never asked him for more. And he was just, and I got to the point where I stood up, and this was pre-gaming, and the bottle was gone. And he was like, you didn't tell me to stop. So I just kept doing it. I was like, oh, I drank so much. I proceeded to get so violently drunk that night, going to parties, meeting people, blur. And then at a certain point in the night, the friends left me. They were just like, we're going home.
It's a big thing in college to just leave someone.
Big thing. And I was there visiting the guy. He left way before me because he was like, oh, you'll be with these guys. I got to get up really early to do something. We'll hang out tomorrow or whatever. And then these guys, they left me at this fucking house. So I'm alone in Pittsburgh, blackout, like fucking brutally blackout drunk. I get onto a random bus. Turns out it's the right place. Got back amazingly to this guy's place by myself. And then I had to get up within 2 hours of that. I got home. I got back to his place, threw on a bed, and then got up within 2 hours, had to catch an Amtrak. Never been so hungover.
Yeah.
Never been so. It was the act of, it was like, my head fucking got hit with a sledgehammer when the alarm clock went off.
Yes.
And it was like I had skunk weed with me. I had smoked a bowl, and I was just like, this has made it worse.
Yeah.
It magnified the hangover. It didn't help. And just, there you go. Just fucking easily one of the worst. And I'm sure I burned a lot of bridges with people who I've never met before. I think I was a huge asshole at that party.
Fuck them.
I know, right?
Who gives a fuck?
It was just, I just pictured myself being like easily the drunkest person at like a party full of drunk people, and they were all just like, dude, what is up with this guy? And I was like, I got no friends.
That's why I always went with an alter ego when I went to visit a school.
That's what retroactively, I've taken that advice because who that guy was, Blackout Pitt Taylor, never been heard from again, but he was a class act.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why those guys would be like, oh, yeah, Taylor Schmidt was an asshole. But when I went to visit schools, people are like, no, Stephen Rotisserie.
Stephen Rotisserie.
Heir to the rotisserie chicken fortune, as I told people I was. He was an asshole.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
I was like, listen, what, I'm going to go visit Cornell and not be the heir to rotisserie chicken?
Right, of course. Yeah. You got to blend in.
I got to blend in.
You got to blend in.
These kids were, some people were from literal royalty, and I said, oh, yeah, you're the niece of the Queen of Norway? Oh, that's funny. I am the heir to rotisserie chicken.
You ever see those greaseball chicken things at a supermarket? That's my family.
It's me. We designed it.
We designed it.
We designed rotisserie chicken.
We made it happen. Before us, they were just putting it in a
People
pot.
didn't even know what to do with chickens.
Yeah, putting it on a fucking pan, putting it in the oven. We said, take it out the oven, stick a fucking rod through it, have it spin for like 5 fucking hours, and then put it in a greasy bag. It's all yours.
There you go.
It's all yours.
You might be thinking pretty easy, but no one else did.
Surprisingly difficult.
No one else thought of it.
Yep. That's big brain shit.
So yeah, I recorded a
sketch.
A sketch with Eric Newman. I'm recording a sketch tomorrow with Tobin Miller.
Oh.
9:30 a.m. I got to be at his apartment.
Wow.
It's an early call time.
$10 says you guys will not hit record until noon.
Well, I got a haircut at 4:30, so we got to hurry it up.
Yeah, that just sounds like, herding cats. There's just something about it.
Well, his girlfriend is filming it, so I'm hoping she is gets on us
shit together. Yeah,
to do it because she does. She's fantastic. Shout out Caroline.
Nice.
Fantastic girl.
Is she a film lady?
Went to NYU, Tish.
Whoa.
For film. Also, I think comes from money.
Money.
But
I met her very, very briefly. The day that Biden officially got elected.
Where'd you see them?
Shar and I, on a whim, walked into the East Village. Like, we did a full walk from Williamsburg into East Village. And as we got into the, like, where our old neighborhood was,
Right.
just pots, pans, everybody going fucking nuts.
Right.
Yeah, and so we, like, walked around a little bit, and then we stopped for, like, a beer, had some snacks, and then I look over, Tobin Miller, just fucking walking down the street with his girlfriend. It was, like, a week after we did the Twitch.
Oh, odd.
Yeah. Oh. And I was just like, Tobin. He's like, sup, dude? This is my girlfriend. I was like, yeah, sup? He's like, let's do Twitch soon. I was like, probably not. You're pretty good at that, and I'm pretty bad at it. So I don't want to do that anymore.
We'll see how this goes. I'm excited. I read the script and I actually laughed out loud.
That's good.
So I'm very excited to do it.
Hella.
I have to chug a beer for one of the scenes. So at 10 a.m., I'm really hoping we could get that in one take. Because I don't want to chug a bunch of beer and it gets all over me. And then I have to go and get my hair cut. And she goes, what were you doing today? And I go, shut up, Janet! Cut my hair! I'm an artist!
What you should do is drain a beer, but from the side. So, like, poke a hole into it. Like,
okay.
Drain the whole beer, fill it back up with water. So, like, leave the tab good, and then just tape up the little thing, and then just make sure that's not showing when you film it.
You hear that, Tobin? Good thing this is coming out Monday.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so you don't have to actually do it, and then nobody will see the tape. So
I was very concerned for how many beers I had. Yeah,
for the fact that wasn't even discussed beforehand is.
Oh no, I'm not in the crew. I'm not doing props.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. That's weird. That's very strange.
So that'll be good. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I feel like there's something I was going to say about Shar. Oh, Shar wants to do an exercise thing now that we're done with the cleanse.
Okay, so you're done with the cleanse, and now we're doing an exercise thing. What is the exercise thing?
It's like a 2-week challenge. Every exercise thing is a challenge. Every 10-day diet is a cleanse. Every 2-week exercise thing is a challenge. It's probably, I think for her, it's just like she was a college athlete. And so she always had like a challenge in front of her to like mandate that she has to do something.
Yes.
So and then I think on her own, she's not super like motivated to do it on her own.
That's what it is.
Which, hey, me too. So I think the cleanse and the challenge thing with me, it's like I am her, what do you call that? Motivator to keep going, to keep doing it?
Her muse,
but what's the thing where it's like accountable? I'm like the person who can keep her accountable.
Yeah,
because if she did that cleanse on her own and she was like, I'm just going to do it on my own, I would not like fucking say I want to do it with her. Like I wouldn't have no interest. I would be still eating turkey sandwiches for every fucking meal.
And that's how you got your job.
Yeah, ham sandwich.
So what's this exercise challenge?
I don't know. She hasn't told me any details. She was just like, do you want to do it? And I was like, I guess so. Like, sure. I would like to hear more details. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, I feel nervous. I feel nervous.
Fitness Made Simple? John Bastow?
So I hope it's Tybo. Billy Blanks. I hope I'm doing Billy Blanks.
That?
You don't know Tybo?
No.
It's this stupid 90s, like early 2000s, like videotape exercise.
Right.
And this guy, Billy Blanks, he combined taekwondo and kickboxing, boxing.
Okay.
So it's a lot of like punching. But for some reason you tape up your hands even though you're not going to punch
anybody. You're not
anybody.
hitting anything.
You're not going to hit a single fucking
thing.
thing.
It's all about how you look.
A lot of high knees, and I think recently he did like a Geico commercial where it was like he was reading the part for like 15 minutes.
The black guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the whole bit. That's why he's so like engaged and energized because that's his energy that he brought to all those tapes.
Thought they just made up a character. I had no idea who
Billy
he was.
Blanks. When I saw that, I was like, they bring fucking Billy Blanks into a Geico commercial?
He definitely had time.
He wasn't doing nothing. It was great. Yeah, fucking love that. So I hope it's Tybo. That'd be great.
Shout out Tybo.
We apparently, with my new shout out, new job, new position, I get $500 for exercise equipment.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice. A month or just overall
for the year? But apparently, it can go towards like fractions of a purchase. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get Peloton or something. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do Peloton. It seems stupid. I mean, I know people swear by it, but I just don't. I don't like that. I don't like class mentality of like showing up and just like I gotta follow how this person's doing it, and she's gonna make me all sweaty and stuff. It just seems stupid.
Yeah, that's exercise, Taylor.
I know, but can't I take it at my own pace?
No. That's the problem. If you took it at your own pace, it'd be 0.
Well, then, all right, yes. But here's also the thing. I feel like if it were the same thing with how we did the juice cleanse, where I showed up every day and then somebody was like, okay, here we go. And then we're going to take a bag of kale and we're going to take a bunch of things. We're going to put it into here. Okay. And then blend it up. I'd be like, oh,
they're not watching you on Peloton.
I understand.
You could do it at your own pace.
But I feel seen. I feel fucking seen. You know what I mean? Like, even in the commercials, I feel like weirdly embarrassed. And I want to like get away from the commercials. It's a thing.
This all comes down to stop being a bitch.
Yeah, definitely got to stop
Just
being a bitch.
fucking do it.
Just fucking do what? Buy a Peloton?
Well, maybe don't buy a Peloton, but do something.
Yeah, I know.
Where are you even going to put it? Outside?
No, we already have a
designated Peloton space.
We have a bike currently, but it just doesn't have a screen on it. So.
Oh, well then you could just download the Peloton app.
Yeah.
This became a real big Peloton theme.
Yeah, we're pro Peloton now. I'm anti-Peloton. It's Peloton and dentist. Fuck that. They called me today. My fucking dentist called me.
Oh, I thought you meant Peloton.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have to go to the dentist.
No.
And you said, have you been listening?
No. Peloton fucking called me today. No, my dentist. And they were like, hey, Taylor. First of all, the lady gets on the phone. She's like, hey, Taylor, it's your dentist. You know, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't even know the name of my dentist.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. And they start off with Happy New Year. It's February.
We've passed. We've passed the Happy New Year.
Shut the
greeting.
fuck up. I knew they were up to some shady shit where the person, like, you could just tell she was reading off an email because it was like, it might as well have been a robocall. They're like, hey, Happy New Year. We saw that you're in need of a cleaning. Do you want to set up some time to do it? And I was like, no. I was like, it was literally like, okay, so it's still COVID. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, so I show up and everybody's got masks on. And then you want me to take off my mask and then somebody's going to dig around in my teeth. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, no. If I can avoid it, no. That sounds stupid. It sounds fucking dumb. And then I got to brush them off with like, oh, I'm changing health insurance. I'll let you know if I can even come back to your place. I don't know if they're covered under my new health insurance.
Dental insurance.
Sure. You know it's the health insurance is the overall umbrella.
With you, I don't know. I don't know what you know.
Listen, I just want to go to a dentist where they just take my shit and they just go, great, sit down. I don't want to go to the dentist where the guy looks at me and he's like, you got the bad health insurance. You got to switch this up and do X, Y, Z. And I'm like, fuck you.
Something tells
you.
me.
You just dug around in my goddamn molars and I hate it.
Something tells me if you're going to a place because you have bad health insurance, they don't go, oh, hey, you have bad health insurance. That's why you're seeing me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of rubbing it in a little bit. I was like, do you not want me to come here anymore? Because I'm happy to not come here anymore.
Well, he's like, yeah, because you think fucking x-rays. You think I'm planting cavities.
I think you're photoshopping dark spots on my teeth when you do x-rays.
You are fucking wild. That's such a fucking graphic designer mindset. You're like, oh no, he clearly has the Adobe Creative Suite.
He's got a fucking...
He can just upload the x-ray and put in black spots into where he wants.
He's got a layer that's a little bit darker and he just goes, spots, yeah. And then they always do that thing where they pull out the model of your teeth and they go, here is where cavities. I go, I know on principle where it's going to, I just don't believe you that they're as bad as you think and I got to spend $600 for you to drill into my face for 4 sessions. Fuck that.
I believe it.
Fuck the dentist.
Did I tell you I didn't tell you, obviously. My doctor called me to tell me my results.
Yeah.
For my blood test.
Uh-huh.
It's like everything looks good except a few of the tests we didn't centrifuge the blood terrifically. So we're going to need you to come back in doing...
That's when you do the big spinny?
Right, do a big spin. Correct.
Okay.
All right. See, that's something.
Nailed it. I've seen enough science movies to know that...
At least you know.
I'm
not going to question why you know
it. Very few things you can do with blood.
That's true. You could drink it, or you could spin it.
Dip a pinky in there, and then tastes healthy to me.
That's how they do it. That's how they did it before 1876.
Tastes like AIDS.
He's like, we're going to need you to come back and redo the test. I said, okay, yeah. He's like, nope, rush. Come in 3 months within that time frame. Don't worry. I said, all right. Week later, I get a call. It's the doctor saying, yeah, I don't know if I called you, but we got your results back, and we need you to come in because the centrifuge. I'm like, no, yeah, because the centrifuge didn't work, and some of the results didn't come. He's like, oh, yeah, did I talk to you already? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I got to stop doing this. I was like, you got to stop doing this.
Get a sticky note.
How much of your day are you spending recalling people that know this? What's going on here?
Unbelievable. Do you have like a irrational I don't want to say hatred of something, but it's I would say I have a have I talked to you since I got my eyes dilated?
I don't even know where this is gonna go.
Have I well I thought I was gonna hate the eye doctor as much as I hate the dentist, right? Because anybody who brings anything near my eyes, I freak out. I fucking hate it.
Okay.
It's one of the worst things in the world.
Sure.
On paper, if you were like, we gotta touch your eyes, I'd be like, give me 97 root canals. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if that will fix the problem instead of that, do it. Does that make sense? No, but yes.
Okay.
It's a coherent thought so
I'm
far.
following you. I'm following you.
So I went to the eye doctor on Inauguration Day. And first of all, it was fucking great to show up in a mask that
You went there because you wanted to see Joe Biden get into the office.
it needed to be more clear. No, I just noticed that I had these little black fuzzies floating around in my eye, my vision, my peripheral vision.
Oh.
And I was like, that could be bad. But then
Could be.
But then I waited 9 months to go to the doctor.
And that's where people have problems.
It was just like, well, if it gets worse, if I go completely blind, then I'll go to the doctor. So yeah, I show up in a mask, and immediately there's this woman next to me who has strong opinions against the inauguration, and I was like, here
Against the process of inaugurating?
was just like,
That'd be funny.
She kind of had like a tone of like, oh, this is a whole thing. I was like, do you know they do this for every
I do think it's a little much.
the whole thing?
Inaugurations are a bit. Why did J-Lo have to come and? Why did Lady Gaga have to come and do a performance?
It's a bit extra.
Just do the swearing and hey, let's go.
Yeah.
We have a pandemic going on. We're sitting watching Gaga.
It's the Bernie energy. It's the Bernie meme energy for sure. It's like it could have been an email. For
So
sure,
could have been an
Could have
email.
been an email. Yeah, I do. What Toby Keith was it? Toby Keith who did? He also was there. There was like a country music guy.
Something tells me Toby Keith wasn't at Joe Biden's inauguration.
I don't know. There was definitely like one of the.
Because I think he's a big GOP donor.
Really?
Toby Keith.
Well, maybe unity. He's spouting that unity shit.
Something tells me Toby Keith isn't really into unity.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
It was just so funny to be at the eye doctor on Inauguration Day. The TV is going, is blasting, and it's a perfect mix of like me, the nurses, the woman who has strong opinions, the guy who every so often is presenting that he has strong opinions against Biden. He's just like, yeah, those taxes, they're going to go up. And I was like, okay, what is this? What is happening right now?
Where did you get your eyes checked?
Like 6 blocks from my apartment.
Yeah, so this is real New York.
This is real New York.
You entered into real New York.
And then a scattering of Hasidic Jews.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah.
Real New York.
Yeah, real New York. It was like the realest New York experience. Because the guy was like, he had 2 issues with Biden, which was taxes. And then he was like, we're going to have to keep wearing these masks now. And I was like, what?
The taxes I could see.
Yeah.
The masks.
Yeah. You want to pop these off right now?
That's the problem with people that get into politics out of nowhere.
Yes.
It's like, I agree with them until the last thing they say.
Yes. And it was so funny was like the woman, she's sitting there next to a TV, like a large TV blaring the inauguration.
How big was her hair?
It was pretty big.
Yeah,
It's pretty big.
I had a feeling.
And she was like, I had to turn this off at my house. And I was like, well, now you're at the eye doctor and it's on. So what are you saying? Shut up. It's on. It doesn't, what do you care? Do you want us to turn this off?
Did you think it wouldn't happen if you turned it off. Is
Yeah.
with the ostrich approach, where if you
Yeah.
just put your head in the sand, the
Yeah.
world isn't still going on.
Yeah. So anyway, scared at the eye doctor, very nervous, listening to the inauguration, listening to Lady Gaga sing. We get into the room. I'm telling this woman all about my fuzzies in my eyes. And then she's like, all right, we got to dilate your eyes. And I was like, well, that's what I was afraid of, because that sounds like it's going to fucking suck.
Imagine she dilated your eyes and she goes, "You have 4 cavities."
I knew it! I fucking knew it! I was wondering why this was in the same building as my dentist.
She just takes her it's a mask she has on. It's your fucking dentist.
By the way, your dental insurance is terrible.
That would be good. That'd
But
be funny.
yeah, anyway, it's fucking dilated, and what was great was she dilated my eye. Well, first of all, she did a vision test with me, and she was like, okay, here's like she started off with the smallest, farthest away things, like
She started with the small.
started with the small,
Very unusual.
because I think it's actually probably how you should do it, because you just go, okay, we'll just work our way back. If you can read the second line, then why would we even need to start with the biggest shit?
Okay.
Right?
I see it.
So I straight up told her, I was like, everything looks blurry to me, but I'll take a guess.
Why
And
not?
so I was like, VHIA. And she was like, that's exactly right. I was like, okay. And then she's like, next row. And I was like, all right, yeah, still really blurry. And I was like, A, B, X, Y. And she's like, you've got 20/20 vision. I was like, that can't be right. Everything looks so she's like, not blurry enough. And I was like, okay, this is already very strange what's happening in the dentist's office. Anyway, she dilates my eyes, and then she was like, okay, go get a coffee or something. You got to come back in like 45 minutes. And I was like, what is happening at this doctor's office? Like,
She didn't dilate your eyes immediately?
she dilated my eyes, and then she was like, it's going to take a minute for it to take
Oh, of
effect.
course.
She's not like sitting in the lobby. She's like, just go get a coffee or something. I was like, but aren't I going to lose my vision soon?
No, you just can't look into the sun.
No, you fully lose your vision.
You 1,000,000% don't lose your vision.
I could not see anything
Well,
this,
then,
this close.
I don't know what she did to you, but when you dilate your eyes, you're just sensitive to light.
Okay. Call in.
Call in.
Do a call in.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't really have to. That's
It's
you
for-
don't go blind.
No, I'm not saying like darkness. I'm just saying like things are really blurry and you aren't able. You get like literally your eyes dilate so much that you can't see and concentrate and focus on something in front of you. Okay. It's very blurry. Okay. So what I did was I was like, okay, I got 45 minutes to kill. I saw that there was a barbershop. My eyes hadn't gone yet. Saw there was a barbershop across the street and told them that I was like, can I come back in like 45 minutes to get my hair cut? Because I was like, 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm already out here. Fuck it. Right?
There you go.
That was my logic. And then they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, by the way, I'm going to have dilated eyes after this eye doctor, so I probably won't be able to see anything. So just let them know. I don't know. I figure I'll let you know. You let them know.
He had the big Ray sunglasses on.
I should have. I didn't have any sunglasses.
They didn't give you something?
No. Nope.
Yeah, you have some shit insurance.
Shit insurance.
Yeah.
And then I got a coffee. I came back, and then she looked around and she was like, yep, totally fine. I was like, I got fuzzies in my vision, and you're telling me I got 20/20 vision and nothing's wrong? She's like, yeah. Unless you want us to do like surgery on your eyes. And I was like, nah, no, we're good. Thanks for
If it helps with the vision.
Yeah. This woman was very nice, very good at her job. Anyway, all this is to say that doctor's office, eye doctor, much better than the dentist.
Okay.
Surprisingly much better than the dentist. And then I got my hair cut, and I was like, I can barely see what you're doing, but you're probably doing a
Feels
good.
good.
Yeah, here's my money. It's my fucking money. I had to go to the ATM, and I couldn't see the buttons.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So we have no idea whose pin you put in, but it worked.
I hacked somebody. Somebody's identity got stolen. Anyway.
All right.
That was just a little side note about a weird thing that happened to me 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks ago.
When was the inauguration? The 20th?
Sure.
Oh,
No. No, it's before that.
No.
Before 20th, I think.
No, it's the 21st. I think it's the 21st. It's definitely in the 20s.
Is it 21st? I don't think so.
Yeah. So anyway, that was fun.
Next week, we will be having Marjorie Taylor Greene on as a guest.
Oh, that's fun.
That's good. She brought
She's doing
up
a pop-in?
She's gonna do a pop-in. She wait. This is why I like. This is why I don't think people give Marjorie Taylor Greene enough credit about. I was about to end the episode, but I think
I don't know.
we have to respect Marjorie Taylor Greene because I feel like she's just a few ideas off from a fucking blockbuster idea.
In the sense of a movie?
Yeah, like a movie idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think because she's like, the Jews have lasers in the desert.
Yes.
And like, okay.
Which is not far off from the baseline of what Star Wars is.
Right. So I'm not saying, like, is that wrong?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it creative? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's hear her out.
Right.
And maybe she has something else up her sleeve.
Right. Yeah. Let's get her into the more like screenplay committee of Congress. She's a congresswoman, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard the thing where who is the director of James Cameron? It's James Cameron.
He's a director.
Titanic.
Yeah,
Everything.
that's him.
I think he was the guy who created Terminator.
Yes.
So, have you ever heard about how he came up with the idea of Terminator?
He hung out with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, he had horrible food poisoning, or he had terrible food poisoning. He was basically like bedridden for days, and he had like a fever dream about being chased and hunted down by a killer robot. And he woke up and he's like, I gotta write this. And honestly, Marjorie Taylor Greene seems like somebody who's been going through a fever dream for a couple years now.
She's right there.
She seems like she's right on the cusp of a great fictional idea, and that would be terrible, horrible, super bad in actual any sort of real practice.
In real practice, right? She should
let her do some young adult novels, or some. Give her an HBO Max series where she just gets to do all of her fiction.
I'd be interested.
What was the Game of Thrones guys were going to write a thing where modern times and slavery was a real thing? And
I didn't know.
Yeah, and HBO and people were like, no, and they were like, oh yeah, you're right. That's a very stupid idea. We're not going to let them do that.
It would be great if you put Marjorie Taylor Greene and Ilhan Omar into a room together, and you said, write a script, and they come out, and it's Schindler's List.
Oh. And they're like, this is where we compromised. We just compromised with the whole.
She's not so bad after all.
Yeah.
We actually have a lot in common.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor was really like the parts where Ray Fine is horrible to the Jewish people. That was her favorite part. Where everybody else hated that bit, that was her favorite bit for sure.
Little do we know, the real difference between Republicans and Democrats: Republicans think Jews have lasers, and Democrats don't. That's the difference.
If only they could just come to the agreement.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Do they have lasers or do they not?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Yeah. So that was it. That was it for me on the Marjorie Taylor Greene.
All right.
Next week, for real, Nick Tillelli.
Nick Tillelli
on the
How
podcast,
fun.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's everything.
All right.
All right, team. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Adios.